Hello everybody. So, dear new homeowner, I am so excited to inform you that your new home is ready. You will find your new place of stay at 187, 63, and negative 25. However, it will be far away from civilization, so much so that your new home is in the desert. Good thing I'm probably close by. Should be close by then, being as though I can see sand everywhere. We do hope will not be an issue for you. Good luck to your new adventure. And this was by H. Ohm Inc. Oh my. Let's see. I should be pretty dang close. That was an accidental swear. Wait, I think I see it off in the distance. Can you sprint? I guess this is as fast as you're going. Yeah, I think this is it. It's a very futuristic looking establishment here. Alright, well, let's park. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab my luggage. Yeah, see inside. This design already is feeling familiar. I don't remember much about the website or whatever it was that I found this home, so okay, well this room here looks pretty good for now. I think I will use it as my bedroom. Let's put the bed there. I guess I'll just put these back for now. Yeah, I'll fiddle with the rest of this whenever I'm done looking around. I'm getting old Dan TDM vibes. No, I think those vibes are justified now. Though, in Dan's, I'm pretty sure this is a bit higher, but, I mean, I have a nice looking chair, and a desk that is either, I think the desk is part of the air. What are you doing? Okay, I'm thinking he doesn't want to be with me anymore. Alright, well, let's see what's in here. In the trash bin is just paper and crumpled paper. Okay, well, I mean, sure, I'll think of something. I should probably get rid of all of that, but I'll do it. Do when I'm done recording. This is actually a nice looking base. I mean, I've already discovered the entire thing already, but it's nice. Though it does give me ideas that I should use this for some kind of laboratory, because it already looks like one, so that's what we're doing. So, let's see. What should I do? I guess first thing I could, grab the wrong thing. First thing I could do is, I could put this there and hang up this clock. Now I know what time it is. Let's see. I could put these all in the same room in here, but this is a bedroom, and, okay, well I think I have a good idea as to what I'm doing first. put these in here. And I should probably get more storage too while I'm at it. But in order to do anything, I'm gonna have to switch over to creative because I'm gonna be using command blocks. So let's hop right on and in. Okay, so now that I've got myself a command block and I've switched into a engineer skin, and I decided to go with the desert one to be thematically appropriate. So what I've decided to do is, one thing that I could have done is maybe just build another room onto this, but yeah, I don't think I want to do that because this is already looking nice. Though I'm going to have to do something about him out there, but that's not what we're doing. So what I am going to do is I'm going to grab one of these shulker boxes because I have a nifty little idea that's going to use shulker boxes and some of this. So first, what would be a good spot to do this? I guess I should have done that. But the idea would be that I'm using this shulker box as like a small little computer. Actually, I think I'll have the little display sit here. Yeah, that would be good. Okay, so let me move that. So I'm going to need an anvil because I'm going to get everything, or I'm going to go in and name everything. For now, setting it there. Okay. And I'm going to name this PC. Doesn't matter what I'm naming it because I'm using test4 commands. So it's not actually going to test for the name of the shulker box because you can't do that. So what we're going to do is first we're going to plop that there, and then so I think first I'm going to make a option for utilities. I swear I know how to spell. So we're going to have one of utilities. And then what else would be good? I think I'm going to do one for game mode. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. I unfortunately had to remove of him. But nevertheless, now I can actually hear what I'm doing, or hear what I'm thinking. And I think while I'm at it, I'm also going to do this clock to do a bit of time and weather. I'll just have it in the same function. And I thought I had put a slash in here, but I guess I didn't. And let's see, is there anything else I'm going to need? Let's see, anything else? I don't think I need anything, or I don't think I'd need anything else. Oh wait, I just remembered. So, with the furnace, the brewing stand, and then any others, it would use fuel like the smoker blast furnace. I won't be able to use these in the command block creation because for some reason it won't work properly. So, sorry, but these I will have to actually place somewhere. So, actually, I'm just gonna, did not mean to remove them. Just gonna put them in a barrel like right here. So that would be the furnace, blast furnace, smoker, and brewing stand. These I won't be able to use. However, in the idea of utilities, I will be able to do crafting table, probably the cartography table, the anvil, grindstone, and I think that'd be about it. But yeah, so I'm gonna put these off to the side because I can't use them just yet, but we'll get to there. I think these would be good for now, so let me just move them over. Okay, now we're gonna create a duplicate. Alright. So removing all of these, and then we're gonna just remove these. But now in here we need something, so we're gonna have this be as though you would grab the utilities. So you would have this, and this. But we're not done yet, because you wouldn't be able to go back. So we're going to also grab a barrier. I did not type barrel, or maybe I had hit enter without noticing it. Okay, well anyways, I'm human, I'm bound to make mistakes here and there. So we're going to call this go back. And I'm just going to put it in the upper right corner. But now we're going to break this, put it here and here, and we're going to remove these. And essentially we're just making all the different little screens. Like in this one, if you were to click on this one like in a computer, it would take you to this one. This one would take you to this one, and continuing. And it's essentially the more boxes you're doing, the longer this will take, but I'm not doing that many, so it should be fun. So I'm going to real quick go and name everything, and then I'll be right back. Okay, everything's named now. So in here we have adventure mode, creative mode, and survival mode. And then here we have day, night, clear, rain, and thunder. Now these two, you wouldn't really be able to see where I'm at because I'm actually in the desert. So I don't know how raining and thunder is going to work, but we're still going to do it anyways. So we don't need this anymore. And I have all 4 of these in my inventory, so I don't really need them here either. So I'm just going to remove all of these, and we're just going to do that. Okay. So now, what we're going to need is the coordinate of this block here. So that will be 179, 64, and -23. Of course, this won't be the coordinate for you unless you manage to get the exact same world or something extremely like it. But yeah, it's essentially what we're doing, the one that we're going to be using. So this will be faster if I just went through the ceiling. So let me remove some of this glass. There we go. Now I can just fly in and out. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a command block structure, and I'm going to make it outside. Right over here should be good. Just anywhere at random. Okay. And I'm going to grab a bit of glass and some concrete. Now this is just how I make the structures to do this. You don't have to, but this is just how I do it. Now, I will also need a command block and all 4 of these screens. And in case you get confused, when I say screens, I'm just going to be referring to all of these shulker boxes. because they're essentially being used as screens. So if I say screen, that's what I mean. Okay, so for the first one, because there's only 3 in it, we will need to do 3 of these. So make this 3 wide. That is if you decide to follow along, but you don't have to. Also, the direction that you place this in here, because we're going to be placing the shulker boxes in here to use them as like a test. The way you place it in here matters. So because the back of it will be facing this way, the back of the shulker boxes in the large command block structure have to be facing the same way as well. So because the shulker boxes are going to be facing this way inside there, they have to be facing this way inside here. Hopefully that makes sense, but if not, just keep following along and hopefully you'll get it. I know that isn't helpful, but I mean, I'm doing my best. So what you want to do is set the first one in all 4 of these, repeating, and set to always active, and then have it do a test for blocks, which essentially tests if I'm trying to think of how to do it, because it's the idea of like you have to put in 3 coordinates. The first 2 are a grid, make up an array, and the third one is testing if the block in there is within any of the blocks in the first 2, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I'm going to show you what I mean. So, for instance, here I have it set to tilde, tilde, 1, tilde, 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 1, tilde, which means exactly 1 block above this command block. So right here is where it's testing for, and it's testing if this block is set up like the whatever I put as the third coordinate, which is supposed to be 197, 64, and then it was -23. Oh, wait. What? Oh, wait. I forgot that it's still air over there, and there it's technically air over here. So what I'm going to real quick do is put a block in there. For now, we'll just do this one. So now if I destroy that white concrete, it won't continuously say block found. But essentially all I'm doing is testing if the source, which is the first 2 coordinates, and the destination, or the third coordinate, are identical. And that's how it's testing if you have grabbed a certain item. That's all it's doing. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to do my best to make sure that it makes sense. And then, let's see. This is +1. Okay. And then to make typing this a whole lot faster, I'm going to do a clone command. This isn't necessary, but I'm doing it for the idea of making this just a little bit faster to type. But all of these command blocks that I'm cloning will be the same unless you see me go in and change it. So, like that. So this should be exactly the same as this one, and this one should be exactly the same as this one. But I gotta do that. Okay. So now all 3 of these are exactly the same. But real quick, now what you want to do is go in and put in the first screen on all 4 of these, but take out the first item, the second item, and the third item. So now, we can go back and remove this glass, and we can put in here, and it still won't go off. So that's good. So now we can come back over here, and I'm going to actually remove these from my inventory, but yeah. Okay, so now, because we moved the crafting table from here, we're going to have to go into the next one, set it to chain, conditional, and always active, which means it'll happen immediately after, only if the one before it has triggered, and just means I don't have to pump redstone into it. So now what we're going to do is do a clear command, which is just to remove an item, and we will do the nearest player, which is @p, with the coordinates x is 197, y is equal to 64, I almost put 56 for some reason, z is equal to -23. Essentially just the coordinates of the actual shulker box itself, so saying the nearest person to that, but then put an r equals 6, which just means the nearest player who just so happens to be within a range of 6 blocks, which works because you can't really access the shulker box if you're like 7 or more, so that works out. And because the first one uses a crafting table as its little icon, have it say crafting table right after it, that. So it's going to remove a crafting table. The crafting table will have no data attached to it because you can't really have data on a crafting table. And then we're only going to remove one. So if this, or if it detects that this is the same as the one in there, it'll remove one crafting table from your inventory, which will most likely be the one that's being moved down from the shulker box. And then we can clone this over, and over here where it says crafting table, we're going to change this to skull, and then if you leave it like this, it'll be the regular like skeleton skull. 1 is the wither skeleton, 2 is the zombie, so we're going to change the 0 to a 3. That way it removes player heads. But again, it's only removing 1 because of the 1 at the very end. And then we're going to change this 3 back to a 0, and we're going to remove, what was it? What was the third icon? Clock. So here, just type the word clock. Okay, so now it will detect if these are the same as the one in there, and then remove crafting table, remove the player head, and remove the clock, which we're using as the icons to click on. Now, what we're going to do is to make it sound a little bit more like an actual computer, we're going to do a play sound event, or not event, command. They're a different thing. And the sound that we're going to want to play is random dot click. And we're going to play it at the nearest player, who just so happens to be 197, 64, and -23. Oop. I thought I had a negative in there. And then just copy this to the other two. So now it will remove the icon, the quote-unquote icon from you, remove or play the sound, and have it detect which one you've clicked on. Now what we're going to do is remove these 3 here actually, and we're going to, in these, do chain, conditional, always active, and have it set to clone the block right above it, and that is done like so. So now we'll grab the block immediately above it and move it to 197, 64, and -23. And just like before, we're going to clone these over. Now, right now there's nothing above them. So what we're going to do is fill this in. And so the first one is the utilities, which is this one right here that my cursor is on. So what we're going to do is go over to the one that we're going to be using, plop it down, and do the same for the other two. And now, if we were to go over there, okay, now if we go over here, and we're going to grab utilities, it'll switch over the screen. However, that's the furthest we've gotten, so if you would grab any of these, it won't do anything. So, be mindful of that. You actually have to go and do each and every little thing, so it does matter. Now what we're going to do is, to make it so that I can tell which ones are which, I separate them, but they're still going to be all within the same structure, so don't worry. So now, let's work with this one here first. So, just like before, going to do 4 and put this here. Now we're going to remove the part that says go back, simply to make it so that we're going to do a returning function. And hit that. Okay. And then essentially, if we do the same thing like we did before, so I'm actually going to real quick do this. It's a little bit of a cheating way to do it, but it works. Which one is this? That's clock. Okay. I want to put that back and put that there. Remove that, and then we're going to change this. Here we're going to change the word clock to barrier. Actually, make sure to use the word barrier too. Here we're just going to do the play sound again. And then we're going to real quick go and do the clone command on this last one. And then, let's see, which one was this? I have the worst memory I could think of. It should be the time, or the day, night, this one here. Okay. Alright, and then remove this. Alright, so now, because it's made exactly the same way the last one was, if we were to go and grab this here, it'll go immediately back to the screen. So, you know it works. And wait, hold on. Here, I'll make it so you can actually hear the clicking. There, it kind of sounds like whenever you click your mouse on a computer, which is the only reason I'm doing the play sound. So, that's how you do that. Of course, though, we're going to also have to go through the effort, or I'm going to have to go through the effort of showing you the ever so slightly more complicated ones too. So, we're going to extend this out, like so. And I just like to make sure that everything's going to be in one piece. So, alright, now, hold on, let me real quick go ahead and do all of these. Okay, so now I've gotten all of these commands transfer it over. However, we're going to have to move this one this way. So instead of this 1 being here, I'm going to change to being a -1 over here, and it's just going to move it this way 1. So I am going to have to keep this command block, but we're going to change it up. So this one is the utilities, so this one here. So now first we're going to do the crafting table. And actually, wait. No, I don't want to do the utilities ones first because I have a weird way of doing it. So let's change it to the day and night. It's going to function exactly the same with everything else. It's just changing it up just a little bit. Because I have a weird and somewhat funky way of doing it with the utilities, because I actually use scoreboards for that. So I'm going to show you the day and night one first, because this one's a little bit easier to do. And I'm going to have to change this and this. So right now it's going to do testing this, removing the clock, playing the sound, but then it's not going to do anything, and then it immediately has to change screen. So what we're going to do is in this one, we're going to do time set, and then for me, day, I actually use noon, because then the sun is at its highest point, and it's a bit brighter to be able to actually see everything. And then put a block down, and I'm just going to put the exact same screen down. That way, whenever you click it, it'll just go right back to the same screen. You could also have this being replaced with the original screen, but if you do it this way instead, the way I did it instead, it will make it so that if you click the wrong option, you don't have to go back through the menu. And then I'm going to real quick go ahead and also attach the night sequence before I show you, before I go and show you how to, or before I show you that it worked. And I did the wrong thing. Okay. Yeah. Little quick warning. Make sure you're using the right command if you're going to just use a copy and paste style of typing all of these in, because you're going to mess things up here and there, like I just did. But once you do get it all copied, alright, so now what we're going to do is grab these time ones, put them in here, grab one for day, one for night, and then this should say noon, and for this we're going to set it to midnight, because that's when it's at its darkest and the most like night. So midnight, and then everything else should be exactly the same. So we're going to fill it in like so, and then like I said, just put in these two so that it goes back to the exact same screen. And now we're going to remove those from my hotbar. I overshot it. But now if we go in here, grab the clock, we can go in here, go back, go in here, set it to nighttime, set it to daytime, and so far that's everything. And it should be exactly the same way when doing the weather. The only difference is that instead of doing time set, we're doing weather set. So I'm going to real quick set those up. And then what I'm actually going to do is and here, not the video, but I'm going to end this command block structure here, and I'm going to have to remove this for now. Alright, so now do the clone command. I'm just going to do all of the repeating first. And these I can go through, like the ones that take away the item from your inventory. I can simply just go in and copy and paste that without having to edit it, because I'm using the exact same item as an icon. Okay, so change this one, or set this one there, set this one there, and then remove both. So, like I said, instead of time set, it's going to be weather set. Actually, this one's going to be weather clear, and you don't use set. And we're going to copy. It's going to be changed to weather rain, and weather thunder. And then just go in and do this, this, and this. Oh, didn't have to do that. And then put all three of these. Alright. And I accidentally cleared out my entire inventory. Oh, great. Well, I can redo these. It's not that hard. Okay. So that would be this one, and this one. Yeah, okay. And then I'll real quick do this, just so that I can have all. So we're going to remove this one, okay, and then I'm also going to re-grab this. Sorry, and then there's this streak over here that I'm going to remove. Alright, so now all of the time and weather will work properly. So we can do night, day, rain, which won't really do anything being in, yeah, the rain and thunder won't really do anything, giving as though I'm in the desert, but you'll just have to take my word for it. Alright, and then I'm going to real quick put all of the next one onto its own layer. Or, oh, excuse me, put the next onto its own layer. I just do this to keep everything together. So now, what we're going to do is do another test 4. Actually, I think for now, this will be a good point to end it. Don't want to make the video too long, so this will be like this will be a couple part series, I guess. So for now, we're going to end it here, and this will end up being a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but it should still be fun. So you know the drill. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that if you haven't already. And yeah. go ahead and leave me any suggestions of anything else that you want to see me try and do using command blocks. But yeah, hopefully you guys had fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.